Alright, you have to get dressed. Alright? Because you gotta look all handsome today. Right? That one. Can I have this one? Oh, studliest muffinist. Looks so handsome. Alright. Can you sit there for me? Oh, you guys are here. Welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I'm your yarn host Jennifer, and this is Bentley who wants to run away. But before you go, Bentley, can we show everybody a really nice, cute little crochet sweater that Mommy made for you? Here, look. Look right here. Oh, you're so handsome. Good boy. Can I have a five? Give me a high five. High five. This one? High five. Yeah, that's a good boy. Alright, so, blah, blah, blah. I almost called you Muffly. That's not your name at all. Bentley is modeling this cute little sweater that I freehanded it. There's not a pattern for this. Thank you. You're a handsome fella. I wanted to show this as part of Monday Makes. By the way, welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I don't know if I said that. This is one of the makes. He's leaving. However, before he's all the way gone, I also made myself a matching hat with the same yarn. So me and my Benny boy matches. Although, I don't match the green part because I color controlled. Wow, that got bright. I color controlled the green out of his sweater because I really don't like that color. So it's on the inside of the hat. So, yeah. Hey, 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 hey. Stop tearing stuff up. Come here. Come on. Come on. You can already tell. It's early in the morning. He's already going to be trouble all day. He's been into so many things. So, he's in there chewing on a sock right now. He's trying to steal my brand. Hey, those are my new socks. Bentley. Leave it. Come here. He's staring at me with one of his ears flopped over on his head like he is the cutest thing that ever lived. He walked away. It's good. He's going to go find something else to chew on. So, right back to the sock. I'll be right back. I'm going to go pick that up. Alright, socks have been picked up. This is my makes bag. It says, you make me smile. This is some of the makes I've been working on recently. The doggy sweater is one of them. I know that I showed the doggy sweater in a video, but I think it was a members video. And I showed the matching hat, which was made on my knitting machine. The doggy sweater was crocheted. Yeah. So on Monday, when we're not completely distracted and we actually can concentrate and put thoughts together, I show you my makes that I've been making for the past 7 days. But because last week was premiere week, this is like a couple of weeks worth of work. So it's minimum 2 weeks worth of work. On top of this beautiful tank top. And this gorgeous sweater that I also made. And this beautiful blanket that I crocheted. Alright, so premiere week, we're just going to do a quick recap. I made this beautiful Summer Love tank top. I made the granny pullover sweater. The tutorials are all on my page. I made a headband that is upstairs because I wore it to bed last night. This beautiful blanket, Jacob's granny blanket. I made lots of things that I made fingerless gloves last week. Well, I didn't make them all last week, but I made them for last week. Now, on top of that, I crocheted Bentley a sweater. My hands hurt a little bit, but we know why. I've been working my fingers to the bone. It's all good. Like I said, this has been a couple weeks worth of work. What you have seen on the past couple of Monday Makes has been mostly knitting machine projects, and there's knitting machine projects in here. Got a few nasty comments that people are tired of seeing my knitting machine projects. Well, that's what I do now. I do knitting machine projects. This is another one of them. I'm not going to apologize for my craft. I'm not. I am having a good time with that knitting machine. I'm enjoying it. So some of the stuff in here is knitting machine, most of that stuff. But I have been crocheting in between. You know, like I said, I think it was 2 Mondays ago, before premiere week. I said this is mostly going to be knitting machine, but I am crocheting. I just can't show you that because I was crocheting a sweater and a tank top and I was crocheting Bentley's sweater, and I was crocheting that blanket. So in between all of that, excuse me, I was using the knitting machine and having fun and playing with it. This is a knitting machine creation. Now, quite a few of you, I mean a lot more than I expected, really was fascinated by the knitting machine and the things that I was making. There was only a few bad apples that were like, ew, how dare you? How dare I? Actually, one comment, it was kind of amusing to me because like it was totally like insulting me, and I was like, well, you know, I gave a funny reply, but like it's all yarn art, people, relax. It's fun. It's fun. It brings me joy, and if you can't see that, I'm so sorry for you. But anyway, this is a headband. I literally just, like I was gonna make a hat, I crocheted, I don't even know how many rows. I crocheted what was left of the yarn after I made something else, which I'll show you in a minute, right? And so I just crocheted it, and then I folded it in half, and I seamed the two ends together. There's a seam right here, and I have a really cute headband. And yeah, that's all I did. That's all I did. It was really easy. I'm gonna say this was 40 or 60 rows maybe, and then you just crochet the ends together. That's what I did. I crocheted the ends. But the thing to keep in mind if you're gonna make one of these, I had to add a stitch. So for every stitch that was in here that I had to bind off, I had to add a stitch so that it fit my head. Otherwise it would have been way too small. So because my machine is 46 pins, there's actually like 80 something. I know that it's about 80 because I didn't do exactly 2, but there's about 80 single crochets in there. So keep that in mind. I had to add stitches in so that it had enough stretch to fit my big old head. But it's a cute headband. It was fun to make. And yeah, there we have it. But I used, oh, what is this? A cowl. What yarn is this? I think this is Eversoft. I think this is Premier Eversoft. And it is is this not gorgeous, right? So what I did here is I did like 100 and something rows. I don't know. I don't write notes. I just play. Right now I'm in the playing process. I'm not making tutorials right now, and I know I've been requested 100 million times. Can you please show us how you decrease on the knitting machine instead of doing the cinch pull? Yes, there is a tutorial for that coming up. It will be showing you, it will kind of be a knit tutorial because it's really just going to show you the knit, how I take it off the machine and put it on my knitting needles, and how I do the decrease rows to close off the top of the two ends of the hat. It's really easy if you know how to knit, and it's really fun, and I like doing it. This was like 100 and something rows. I twisted it. I put like one twist in it. I cinched the ends and I closed the ends together so that it's kind of like a, you know, a swirly type thing. And it's just a cowl that can be worn this way or that way or that, however you want to wear it. However you want to wear it. And then the headband is the same yarn, but it's just in, it's just, you know, I just made it like I was making a hat. So I made these together. I also made something else with this yarn. So this is Ashley's fault right here. Ashley sent me and Ashley are like homegirls. Like she's my friend and like we talk and we chat, right? Okay, so she texted me the other day and she sent me a video. She's like, how cool is this? And she sent me a scarf, infinity cowl, whatever you want to call it. That was all, you know, pulled open like this. And I was like, that's pretty. I want to make that. So I made one because of Ashley. And to make this beautiful, lacy, open gorgeousness, I just dropped stitches. So I knit it up on my machine like this, and then every other row I dropped all the stitches, pulled them all the way down out, and then it creates basically elongated stitches. Now you can get the same effect on knitting needles if you want. Use really big knitting needles and a skinny yarn, and if you just knit, just regular old knit, you'll get the same effect. So you can do this on knitting needles as well. But for me, it was fun doing it on the machine. And of course, my battery died, so I'll be right back. You know, one of these days, I'm going to actually put a fresh battery in before I hit record. But right now, I'm supposed to be editing. I'm supposed to be doing other things, but no, I'm recording because I thought recording sounded way more fun than actually doing the work I'm supposed to be doing today. However, is this not pretty, right? So, Ashley is Stitching Ain't Easy here on the YouTube, and she's the one that sent me the video that showed how to do this, and I was like, yep, that's pretty, I need it. So this, because it's pulled stitches, this almost matches the headband a little bit better, just because this looks more uniform and like color pooled and like beautiful. Either way. And then if I am so inclined, I can wear them together and just get like all kinds of funky layers happening around my neck. See? I'm having so much fun with this stupid machine. I've had so many people ask me for the table, which is in the other room, that Mr. Cinnamon made me for the adding machine. So I'm going to, I promise, I haven't responded to most of you because Mr. Cinnamon has to actually make the tables. Like, that's on him. So I've been telling him, like, people actually want your tables. Like, you need to put them up for sale. So it might be a couple months because he does have a full-time, very important job that has nothing to do with what we do. Okay? He is the man at work. I'm just going to say that. So I'm on him. We're trying. If and when he makes the tables, they will be listed in my Etsy shop. And yeah, I'm trying. I really am. I'm trying. I need him to get like all the equipment together so that he can build a prototype for you guys to be able to put together in your home. So we need it to be able for the legs to come off and you guys put them on together so that it ships, so that it's not $8,000 to ship it. And it's details. Like it's details. He needs to figure out the details because that's not my realm at all. So rest assured, that table, that very cool Addy table, I'm on him. So I had fun making this. I think I made two of these. Yeah, I made two of these. I also made one of these. Like I said, this is the Premier Eversoft, which is beautiful in the machine. Because it's like a Karen Simply Soft in the fact that it's silky and slick and like it's a 3-weight. So it just works out beautifully in the knitting machine. It loves the knitting machine. This I made with my leftovers from... Oh, it got snagged somewhere. It got snagged. Stitch was pulled a little bit. This one was made with my leftover... Juju made herself a hat on the machine. And she made it with mandala ombre. I don't remember what colorway this is. But I had some left over from the cake. So I'm like, okay, well, we're going to have another drop stitch scarf. This one's got a little... I didn't sew the pieces together. Like this one's fine. I like cinched the ends and sewed them together before I dropped all the stitches. And so the end looks fine. This one did not look fine at all because I didn't cinch it together and I tried to sew. It's not pretty. So instead, I followed what the tutorial said. I don't remember what that tutorial is. I will link it if I can find it in my text messages from Ashley. The one in the tutorial, she put a little thing on there. So I did that. I just crocheted this and wrapped it around. And I made this one. And that looks almost like it's a shawl cuff or something. It's like super pretty. But these are so lightweight and so like spring, summer, you want to wear crochet but it's hot outside type thing. It's so beautiful. You can actually make these. I made one of these a long time ago using a really big crochet hook. Now you take like a 15mm hook, right? And you use a 3-weight and you just make single crochets. and you just make a long scarf, you will get the same effect. Like, it will still look like this. It will be lacy, drapey, beautiful. I did it with ladder yarn, okay, and a big hook, and it looked beautiful, and I just wore it. It was so pretty. I have no idea what I did with that though. But yeah, you can do this same type of effect with crochet hooks and needles. I just think those are so pretty. I have been requested to put some of the stuff in my Etsy shop, so when I find time, I don't know when I'm gonna find time. I'm constantly looking for time. Like, where's time? Because I have none. I had to take my clock off the wall last night because it wasn't working. Like, I'm looking at the clock in my bedroom and I'm like, that clock ain't worked in like 2 years and it's still on the wall. It's time to take it down because I haven't even had time to fix the time. So with that, went out. Some of this you guys have already seen. Oh, here's another headband. Okay, this is made exactly like this one. This one's a little bit tighter, and I did a little cinch in the front to give it like a bow tie, like, you know, like a hair bow type idea. This is made with Premier Aurora, which has been discontinued for at least 5 years. But I have a stash of it because it's really pretty. So I made this, and see how there's like a row of single crochet on the inside? I had to use waste yarn because I ran out of yarn. I didn't make it big enough, so I had to use a different color, but it doesn't matter because that part's on the inside. You can't see it, right? So this is the same idea as this. It's just knit like you're gonna knit, come on, like you're gonna knit a hat on the machine. And again, you could do this on your knitting needles. You absolutely can. I knit maybe like, I think this one was only 40 rows because this one's smaller. And then when I got done, I took the two, because it's a tube. You take the 2 tubes and you fold it in half and you crochet those together, adding stitches. I had to add stitches. Come on, focus. There we go. I had to add stitches. So what I did on this one is I did single crochet to close the 2 loops off. See the single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. It gives the extra stretch that you need to fit it on your head. So I did single crochet to sandwich the two ends together. So this, see this side and this side. I did a single crochet, chain 1, and in the next row, single crochet, chain 1. If you don't knit, you have no idea what I'm talking about because these stitches look funky as heck. But for every row of the knit stitches that you're cinching together with the single crochet, put a single chain in between that. So single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, all the way around. It gives you the stretch you need for it to fit. And then when it was done, I just ran my needle up and I pinched that closed to give it like a bow effect. So there's that. That was made with the Aurora. I've been super, super, super busy with all of the things I've been making. Let me see if I can pull out everything that I think that I have not showed you yet. I showed you that. I think that bottom layer, I showed you all of that. I made something else with the Aurora yarn. Oh, I showed you these. This was left over from when I made the big turban. So, yeah, I already showed you all of everything else that's in that bag. I have a huge collection right now of the things I've been working on. Then, this is made with, now I have like a, this is not perfect. This is not perfect at all, but it's fine. I was just going, I was not lining up where I was changing the colors. I was just going. And I was using, this is Premier Yarn's Just Yarn from the Dollar Tree, mixed with a brown that was a small skein of equal size. And I mixed the two together. I was just playing. This is not nothing fancy. But I did different size stripes. I cinched it together and then I crocheted I sewed the 2 ends together. And I made this it's way more pinky peach than what is showing up on here. And that's not accurate at all. My camera has been overcompensating on the colors lately, like not Mr. Cinnamon. I think Little Man was messing with the settings, and like it's been way overcompensating. So the pinched part where you cinch it closed a little bit and then sew it together, that can go on the back of your neck so that you don't have extra bulk back there if you want. And it can just sit here. It also is big enough to go around twice. I hate stuff this close to my neck, but like if you want to be extra warm and you live in a cold climate, like, you could do all that. I don't like that at all. I don't like anything on my neck that close. Or you can use this little cinch part as like a detail down here. It doesn't matter, but like, you know, this was me playing. That was me playing. Nothing spectacular to be seen there. And then because I made the bloom scarf that everyone seemed to just love, I have bloom. Hang on. It's on my shelf right here. We have the bloom yarn, which is the self-patterning and creates the flowers. But Premier also released a yarn called Chow Baby. It is the same yarn. It is the same yarn. It's just not the flowery, it's just stripes, okay? And it's pastels. It's the same yarn base. It's just not the bloom color. It doesn't have the flowers. So, because I loved making it with the bloom so much, I pulled out one of the Chow Babies, which I think is clearanced out right now on Premier Yarns because it's been discontinued. And I made a super long scarf. Is this not beautiful? I debated crocheting the ends together and connecting them, but I didn't. I didn't do, like, I messed up with the bind off. So the ends are a little bit funky. But it don't matter, it's a scarf. It still is just as beautiful, and just as drapey, and just as soft and luscious as the blue bloom that we made. And it can be worn like this, or it can be worn like that. See? Is this not beautiful? Look at these colors. It's so soft. It's so soft. So this is the Chow Baby yarn. But I stopped before I used the entire ball. So this is a little bit shorter than the Premier Bloom because I wanted to make a matching headband. So this headband goes with it. And it's just like the one that's on my head. This one is a little bit tighter because I don't think I did the stitching the same. I think I did. So this will fit someone with a smaller head. It does not fit my head. It's a little bit tight. My head's 23 inches. I got a big head. And I got a lot of hair under there. So yeah, it's still beautiful though. And it's matchy poo poo. So I love this scarf though. I think it's beautiful. Even with the messed up ends, it don't matter. It don't matter. No, I don't ever weave the ends in until I'm giving it away or I'm selling it or like... I leave the weave ending in till the very last minute. So I made that. Isn't that pretty? This is so... I love this. I actually ordered more of this yarn because I ordered more of the bloom too. Because there was a couple colors I did not have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 of the bloom. I have at least 2 of the Chow Baby. I think I have more Chow Baby over there on my shelf. But I ordered a couple more because like they're a really good price. And they make beautiful scarves. And I can see once I perfect the ends, I can see these being a really big deal. Like, I really think those will sell really well if I ever get them in the Etsy shop. Now, I got some funky yarn in my mystery bag from Creatively Altered. If you guys recall, it was a couple weeks ago. I got 3 mystery bags from Creatively Altered. She has since sold out because that was a clearance special. Okay, we sold her right out. She sold all of them. the mystery bag had some funky yarn in, like funky yarn, and I did not like the yarn at all. I thought the yarn was ugly. But that's part of the thing with mystery bags is like sometimes you get beautiful yarn, sometimes you get something and you're like, oh, I don't want that. So instead of donating it, I decided I was going to attempt to put it in the knitting machine. This is 100% polyester yarn, and it was very similar to the yarn that is at Dollar Tree from Premier Yarns, where it is like a flat ribbon style polyester furry yarn. It was weird. And it was wild and crazy colors. Okay. So I'm like, I wonder what that would work up like in the knitting machine, because I'm playing with the knitting machine. I'm just playing. I'm testing everything out right now. So I put the entire skein in the knitting machine and then found some Premier anti-pilling acrylic in the color neon green that matches. And I made this beautiful thing. It is so pretty. I cinched the ends and I sewed them together. This yarn's a little bit heavy, so this is very much a winter object, but tell me this ain't gonna make you feel like extra. We got the green on this side, and the furry is really soft. I don't remember what this yarn was. I don't remember what the name of this yarn was. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's probably discontinued. Is this not cool? Like, I just think this is so cool. I just think this is so much fun. And this is going to keep you warm under your jacket. You just take it, you tuck it up and around. You zip your coat closed. It'll keep you nice and toasty. But I was playing with this. I was totally playing with this. And I was like, okay, let's find where the two colors meet, right? And I was like, all right, now. I got the two colors together for the cowl, right? But, like, if I'm super cold outside, I'm just going to pull that up around my head, right? And now, it's a cowl / turban type thing. And now I'm super toasty warm. I'm super toasty warm. And I look crazy, but it's really soft and it's really pretty. I just like it. It was a lot of fun to make. So I made one in blue as well. Now, this yarn, like I said, came in the mystery bag. I don't remember what this yarn was called, but it was, I want to say it was a Plymouth yarn. So I made this one with the neon green, which, because it had to, like that neon green, I was asking everybody in the house. I was like, okay, what color stands you the most in this colorway? And everybody was like, neon green. I was like, well, I got neon green yarn. We're covered. I got it. Right? So I made that. And then I'm like, that was fun. This was surprisingly smooth through my knitting machine. Like, it just breezed right on through. I had to control the tension, obviously, but like it didn't drop stitches. It didn't have any problems. So I went and found, what yarn is this? Does anybody recognize that yarn? I want to say Red Heart Super Saver. It feels like Red Heart Super Saver. It's probably Red Heart Super Saver. So it's like, the Red Heart Super Saver goes really good with that fur. So I made another one. And it's so crazy to me because I can't use Red Heart Super Saver. I can't knit with it or crochet with it. It hurts my skin a lot. But I got no problems in the knitting machine with it. And so Mr. Cinnamon's buying me, the other day I was working really hard and I was really sick. And I was not feeling good. I'm in here working and I'm coughing and I was sick. And I couldn't go anywhere. And he went to Joann's. He's like, I'm going to go look. I'm going to go see if they have the new yarn because I showed him Kim's video from Affordably Crafty. He's like, I'm going to go over to Joann's and see if they have that yarn for you. You know, because he felt really bad because he gave me COVID. Which I'm still recovering from. He couldn't find the yarn at Joann's, so instead he went over to Walmart and he got me some Red Heart Super Saver, which is hilarious because he knows how I feel about Red Heart Super Saver. But I can use it now because I have a knitting machine. So, like, I'm having fun. I don't even care. he bought me those 2 skeins, and I was like, that was the sweetest thing ever. Like, guilt is crazy. He felt so guilty because he got me sick, but, right? My ears are ringing really loud. I hope you guys can't hear that. It's so loud. So, yeah. I made the second one, and I used up both of the skeins from the mystery bag. And same deal. Like, you got some fur happening. You got some pops of color that kind of match. Like, it's fun. It's fun. So, I mean, now, that's all the knitting machine stuff. On top of the blanket, on top of the sweater, on top of the tank top, on top of Bentley's sweater, on top of the fingerless gloves. This is, I told Miss Simon, this is why I'm crazy. This right here is why I'm crazy. I like to keep busy, and I know you guys, some of you are like really on me, like, you need to rest. I'm gonna say like my mom said it. I'll rest when I'm dead. She said that all the time. And I don't know if she is rested, honestly. She's probably giving somebody a hard time somewhere, wherever she's at. She's just... she's so feisty. I can feel that energy though. It's funny because like the more weight I lose, the more I get my blood sugar under control, the more energy I have. And I'm surprising myself and everyone else around me, like, with how much I'm doing constantly. I don't know if it's the lack of sugar in my system that is making me feel more normal, because I've always been a hyper energetic person. I always have been. I used to get into so much trouble when I was a kid because I was like little man, you know? I was very much like little man. And I'm starting to feel a lot of that back, which is fantastic. I love it so much. I love being able to do so much. And yeah, I am taking time, and I know it doesn't look like it. It does not look like I'm resting, and I get yelled at all the time on here. Like, you really need to go lay down or something. You need to calm down. You're doing too much. You're going to burn out. And I'm being careful. Unlike in the past, I would go until I burned out. I'm not letting myself get to that point right now. After premiere week, I knew I still had work to do. So last weekend, not this past weekend, but the weekend before that, before premiere week actually officially aired, I still had a lot of things left to do, and I was stressing out. And I took a step back. I had not yet finished this tank top, and it was time. Like, I had to film it. I had to finish that tutorial. I had to photograph all of the things and make the thumbnails. I still had a lot of work left to do. I still had videos to edit and tutorials to edit at that, which are like lots and lots and lots of little clips that I got to put together and make sure I'm saying the right thing and doing the right thing. So it was still a lot of work, and I was like, you know what? I just can't right now. And I put everything down, including the tank top. I pretended the tank top was done to finish the video. I finished filming that part of it, and it was totally a pretend. It was not finished yet. It was, I mean, don't get me wrong. It was finished enough that it looked finished, but to me, I needed extra length because I have a tall body. So it was not finished to my standard. So I was like, you know what? I need to be done right now. And I put everything down. I finished the film of that, and I started to do what I needed to do on the list. And I was like, you know what? I am only working hours that are like bank hours. And it's not really bank hours, but I'm working more than bank hours. But I'm working like somebody who has a 50-hour, 60-hour a week job. Instead of 120 hours a week, you know? So I'm taking time off to leave the desk to go have lunch. Like at my kitchen table or in my living room watching TV with the kids, whatever. I took that Sunday off, and I just did what I wanted to do. I like chilled out. Even though I knew I had other things to do, I had to still edit. I had to still upload videos. I still had to take the photographs and make the thumbnails and all that, right? I was like, nope, family time. And we went and walked in the battlefield, and we drove up to the big Joann's looking for yarn. And I took it back a couple of notches. And then, I don't know, during premiere week, I'm doing filming, obviously. Like, I gotta have these videos up, but I'm like taking it. I feel so much weight off my shoulders right now. You guys can see, like, I'm chill right now. I'm in a good mood. I'm just hanging out in the yarn room. I'm playing with the things that I've made. I'm playing with yarn. I'm trying to think of what I want to make next, because I finished Bentley's blanket, but I popped pictures in the Facebook group. I will try to remember to pop up a picture right here. Where? Of Bentley with his blanket. He loves it because I didn't bring that down. I also crocheted that blanket. Most of that was done already though. And it's not a full blanket. It's a dog-sized blanket. So it's like, I don't know, 5 feet by maybe 3.5 feet. So it's a weird shape, but it's perfect for the end of the bed. It's perfect for the dogs. As a matter of fact, Oreo and Bentley were sharing it last night. They were like, because when I go to bed at night, I go to bed before everyone else because I need to just breathe. I just need to breathe. I go to bed before everyone else. A lot of times I take knitting or crocheting with me, and I watch my YouTubers. I usually watch Kayla before bed because, like, I like Kayla. I like watching her. Kayla is Llama Mama Kayla. I will watch her before bed, and I will crochet or knit, usually crochet. And all 3 dogs will join me on my bed because they have to be wherever I'm at. And the 3 dogs were in the bed with me, and for a minute, Bentley and Scarlett were wrestling, trying to figure out who was going to get the blanket. And Bentley won because it's his blanket, but then he shared it with Oreo. And Scarlett just wants to be covered. She doesn't care what blanket is. She has to be under a blanket. I don't care what the weather is, if it's hot outside. She will be under the blanket just panting because she has to be under a blanket. The dog drives me crazy. I don't know where I was going with this, but like whatever. So yeah, Bentley's blanket is done. I did that as well. So this week I got some new yarns I want to play with. I want to make some spring colored things. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm just enjoying myself right now. And then coming up very soon is going to be Mary Maxim week. I'm aiming for April. And I'm in talks with Mary Maxim. As a matter of fact, they're gonna help me out with some things, which is fantastic. And we're gonna have like a really fun Mary Maxim week. Mary Maxim week is not gonna be to the extent of Premiere Week. We're not gonna do like 2 garments and a blanket. I can't do that again. But we are gonna have some fun time. I'm gonna show you some fun products from Mary Maxim. I'm going to show you some beautiful yarns from Mary Maxim. And I'm going to make a couple of things. It's going to be probably smaller objects because that's what I have time for. But, yeah, I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I am so excited. And Mary Maxim is excited, which is fantastic. So, yeah, that will be coming up. I'm aiming for April. I know a lot of you were like, you need to calm down. But I got it. I got it. I got it. It's going to be just fine. So... Alright, I think I'm going to let you go. Thank you for tuning in. Tomorrow, I think we're going to have tea tomorrow. I don't know what kind of tea we're going to have. I don't know what we're going to talk about yet, but I do have some yarn purchases I want to show you guys this week. And I just made the purchases, honestly, to show you guys the yarn. I did. That's why I bought it. I wanted to show you guys. So, with that, I will see you tomorrow. Bye!